I'm a huge fan of audio equipment such as speakers, headphone, and of course, microphone. If you've seen my Tula mic review, you know that I care about sound quality quite a bit. And in this show and tell video, I want to share with you the small but powerful Audioengine A2 Plus. So, since last year, I have spent the majority of my working days in my tiny house studio. Now, when I was working in an office with colleagues around me, I obviously can't play music out loud and let everyone around me knows my excellent taste in music. So I have to wear a headphone for the most part of my day. The good headphone is nice, but I don't like constantly having something over my ears. So now after I got my own working space, I started to shop for a good pair of speakers. This leads me to Audioengine. I bought a pair of HD3. I got a wide version because it matches my space better, and it sounds amazing. I had such a good listening experience with the HD3, I started to look at the similar speaker for my laptop in my bedroom area. So I reached out to Audioengine and they generously sent a pair of their A2 Plus speaker. These speakers are small, as you can see here. They're perfect for my smaller desk, but they got great sound quality. I mean, you can just see how small this is. Like my Slossy is bigger than the speaker. Now, before I start to talk about the speaker themselves, I want to say the packaging is amazing. The cables and the speakers are in cloth pouches. You get this sense of luxury when you open and unbox them. So prop to the Audioengine just for that. So physically, these are small, but they are quite hefty for their size, and I see that as a good thing. It looks very clean and minimalist. It doesn't have a speaker grill, so the tweeter and the Kevlar woofers are exposed, which is great, but you want to be careful not to damage them. The main speaker is the left speaker. The right speaker is the passive speaker. The amp is in the left speaker, and by the way, it has an AB amp, which is rare for the size of the speaker. The power/volume knob is on the back. I do wish the power volume knob can be in the front of the speaker, so it's a little bit easier to access, but I believe it's a design choice to make the speaker look more minimalist. And since the speaker is really close within arm's reach, it's not really a problem. The right speaker is the passive speaker, so it needs to link to the left speaker to work. The main speaker is also where you connect your audio sources. It has a stereo RCA input and a 1/8 input, an RCA output. I connect to a subwoofer with this, a USB port for you to connect to your computer, and that's about it. Very simple. The speaker also has Bluetooth capabilities, so you can connect it to your device wirelessly like your phone or tablet. My personal setup is to connect them to my laptop with USB, so I get the cleanest sound I can. The sound quality is great. Now, I'm not an audiophile, but I do enjoy good quality sound. When I first listened to these speakers, they honestly doesn't sound very exciting. Then I realized A2 sort of revealed the recording quality of the music, because when I listened to some clean, detailed acoustic guitar recording, I started to hear some beautiful detail in the sound. Audioengine does recommend 4 to 7 hours of break-in, but personally I don't hear that much difference. It already sounded pretty good. If you like heavy bass sound, this is not really the speaker that delivers that. The low is a little bit lacking. This is expected for the size of these speakers. It still sounds pretty solid, but if you want more punchy sound, you might want to connect to a subwoofer. Well, I'm definitely not the person who turned the bass all the way up in the car so the neighbors can all feel the vibration. I do want a bit more bass because I love listening to lo-fi music, which is pretty bass heavy. So I connect my A2 Plus to a small subwoofer. I put them on a stand so the sound projects to my ear. My laptop also has software that I can tweak the EQ so I can tweak the sound to my like. The speaker won't sound that good at a very low volume, so if you want to keep the room quiet, it's better to just wear a headphone. So here I recorded some audio sample to compare my built-in laptop speaker, and disclaimer, this won't be an accurate representation of the sound because you are listening to a recording through my microphone, through YouTube compression and your own sound setup. But hopefully it will give you a good idea of the difference. So here we go. by the definition that I mentioned earlier, the achievement of something desired, planned, or attempted, and accomplishing an aim or purpose, then that means the only person who came up with the purpose and set the goal can know what it means to be successful. If we go by the definition that I mentioned earlier, the achievement of something desired, planned, or attempted, and accomplishing an aim or purpose, then that means the only person who came up with the purpose and set the goal can know what it means to be successful. So hopefully this gives you a decent idea of the different listening experience. So here's my honest thought about Audioengine A2 Plus. I personally like HD3 better, so if you have more space and a higher budget, I would recommend going with HD3. But if you have limited space and if you want something very minimalistic, A2 Plus is going to be great for casual listening. The design of the speaker will be good in most setups. There are definitely better sounding speakers, I won't lie, but they are either more expensive, they look stand out too much, or they are just a lot bigger. So A2 Plus strikes a good balance between sound quality and physical design for me. If you're interested, there's a link down below, you can check them out. So that's it for this show and tell video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.